All right, we're on. We're live, we're streaming, just so you know.
Decoration stuff. It's like in a bunch of shampoo. It's healthy for your kid.
It smells lovely.
What happens when you smell it?
I go into anaphylactic shock and I start getting hives. And I can die.
Oh.
Well, let's just not bring eucalyptus in here then.
Please.
Can we have, I have
I value
an
my
air
life.
diffuser with lavender. Can we put it in here?
Yeah, I'll just do remote learning.
I like lavender.
I know, I thought you would. I have it in my room.
Calming.
You know the diffusers?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do remote
Nice.
learning so you can enjoy it.
Lavender's not eucalyptus.
It isn't.
Is there other chemicals?
It's probably essential oils, right?
Yeah, it's definitely essential oil. Interesting. Okay.
Good morning.
Don't come in my room then.
No.
Don't smell like lavender.
Do people go by your room and say, oh, I want to go take a nap?
I try not to walk into anybody's room.
Yeah.
The love of my life is here.
Yay, Kiko. Download the resilience factor from your notes. Please. Pulling the sweaters and sweatshirts out, everybody.
Huh?
Everyone's pulling their sweaters and sweatshirts out. Oh, yes.
Cozy.
Is anyone here from the South?
Yeah. America.
Actually,
What latitude are you? Because Brazil's,
From Brazil,
but that's, is it, do you have cold where you live?
now that I moved to America, it's chilly, but where I am in Brazil, it's, excuse my terminology, it's stupid hot.
Rainy
Stupid
season,
hot.
it's like 90 something degrees. That's like the coolest it'll be.
Yeah, my dad was just there, and it hit like 140 degrees.
Oh, man.
With like 89% humidity. It's disgusting.
Wow.
I love America.
Strong mind version.
Well, oh, did I label it strong mind?
Strong mind digital. That's what it,
Yes.
yeah, the only other one is psychology and Christianity.
No, we did that one already. Yeah, download strong mind then.
Yeah. When I went to Brazil, they're like, "Oh, you're going to the rainy season." I'm like, no, it's chill. It'll be pretty cool. It was like the lowest was like 97, and the highest, like especially being off the river, it was 107, 108.
For those of you who are from the South have already been here 2 winters, right? You guys.
I'm just thinking one.
1. Make sure your head and feet are warm.
I'm from the north.
If your head and feet are warm, then it's bearable.
my home actually just got a bunch of snow.
Arizona,
No, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Ohio, we don't get snow till like January.
Oh, it's time to start. Let's begin. Rebecca.
I mean, it'll snow, but it'll like melt before Christmas.
Rebecca, will you pray for us, please?
She's like, okay. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day and for the opportunity we have to come here and learn about how to use psychology and use it with the principles that you have laid out for us, Lord. I pray that during this class all of us will be awake and alive and enthusiastic and attentive to Mrs. Sells' teaching. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, I'm extremely excited about teaching this today. So I first learned about this about 11, 12 years ago. I read a book and you'll be able to tell from the slides, I did these about 10 years ago. Read a book, read another book about it, and I was so excited, I wanted to teach my family. So my family's got to know this. So I made this whole presentation and made my husband and 2 teenage boys sit down and watch these. I think I did it over 3 days, three night presentations. And I made all these handouts for them and stuff, so you can tell what kind of mother I was. But I thought this is so important for them to know. And this was originally in businesses. It was developed to help people hiring people know what kind of people to hire. And people who had what they called the resilience factor were better workers, stayed longer, and were just better employees all around. The next time I saw this was at a teachers' conference, maybe 6, 7 years later, and it had filtered over to education, from business to education. How do we help students be better students? How do we help them succeed in life? Well, it's this resilience factor. It's all cool that it translates into education. And then the next time I saw it was last year when I went out to Indiana to the counselors conference, biblical counseling conference, and the school there had it up on a bulletin board. So I'm not sure where it actually started, but I know it went from business to education, and we can use it in counseling. So I've entitled it Strong Mind. It comes from most of this comes from 2 books other than the Bible, Resilience Factor by somebody, and The Mindset by Dweck. So does everyone have the notes? If you get behind, these notes are originally to print off, because I couldn't do it digitally like this 11 years ago. So if there's problems, fix them. But if I'm going too fast and you need to fill in the blanks, wave at me and say stop. All right, here we go. Ah.
Can you send me?
For God hath given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind, 2 Timothy 1:7. Make sure you have your Bibles handy too, because we'll be using those.
What's it, Bob?
Effective skills for overcoming life's inevitable obstacles. Keyword, obstacles are inevitable. I think, I'm going to say our generation, like my generation through yours, has the mindset that problems I shouldn't have problems. I don't deserve problems. I deserve a life without problems. And if there's a problem, I need to avoid it, get rid of it, or something, it's going to destroy me. We're going to overcome inevitable obstacles. God wants his children to have a strong mind. Success at work and satisfaction in life is going to depend on our strength of mind and resilience to adversity. It's all about changing the way we think. This is not genetic. It is a skill, several skills that can be mastered. It's under our control. We can teach ourselves to be resilient. We just have to learn how. If you've lived 19 years without resilience or without these skills, it'll take work.
RDB. Where the DB.
We have to be honest about ourselves, and we are to recognize where we're not resilient. And you're going to go through a worksheet today to see areas where you're not resilient, but don't jump ahead to it. Our thoughts are like the stock ticker tapes. Our thoughts are going through our head repeatedly. And our mindset can be changed. Intelligence and talents are not genetically fixed. If we go through this and you realize, I need to make some changes, it'll take commitment to do it, because it won't be easy. If you go through this and say, whoa, I've got all these skills mastered, how are you going to pass it on to someone else? Why bother learning all this? It's the only way to truly and purely show our love for others David, will you look up Ezekiel 16:44?
Reese, if I'm gonna send a Davis email, because it says that you're not in the WOLBi.
Okay, yeah, it's, give me 1 second.
You said 44 or 20?
44. 44.
Give me 1 second.
Go ahead, David.
Everyone who everyone who quotes Proverbs will quote this proverb about you, like mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
Is that one?
Yep.
Okay.
If God blesses you with children someday, very likely they will be very much like you. And you will pass on your mindset to them.
Oh.
Well, that's why you're going to commit to change it if it's not good. Appreciation. Our minds are a gift from God. We want to teach our children and the next generation better. We want them to be better than we are. These skills will strengthen our relationships. It will help you improve in school and later in life. It will help you regulate your emotions, staying calm under pressure. It will help you control your impulses, thoughts, attention, and behaviors. It will help you identify problems. It will help you look into your heart. It will help you read other people's psychological and emotional states. Okay, if you're fine, great. Well, you need to help other people. It'll help you reach out and minister to others. Everyone have all those? I don't remember which was blanks or not. All right, next on your notes you have a resiliency quotient test. Go ahead right now and take that. It has 56 questions.
Just send it.
Yeah, I'm just, it's not working.
One.
Is the link on the notes?
Yeah.
Which
Is it the, which experiment?
marshmallow experiment?
No, it's not a link, it's in the notes.
Hey, could
Oh,
somebody
okay,
do
okay.
the update this
Already
and
sent,
mark?
already sent it to you.
Thank you, sorry.
Thank you for doing that.
What can we say? Cord.
So take the test.
Yep, yep.
You can't do it on your
I
thing.
can't edit it, so I have to go.
Make sure you number them
Yes,
because you'll need to know which numbers. You have to add up different ones.
It doesn't do us make so strong.
To take it or score it?
Oh, it's good, guys.
Take it.
Take it.
Good.
It's okay. Take your time.
It's 6 questions.
Take your
It's kinda
time.
like an Enneagram quiz.
Think about it.
Do you know what an Enneagram is? So
Ye-
it's apparently
It's dumb.
is this quiz
It's sinful.
that you take that kind of classifies yourself, your
Mhm.
personality within
Yeah.
a scale of 1 to 9 of a
Yeah.
number that kind of describes your character.
What is it called?
Enneagram?
Anagram?
Chico's made me take
Enneagram
it
or
like
whatever.
3 times. Oh my goodness.
What?
I've taken it 3 times because Kiko.
I think it's just really fascinating.
It is.
You kind of get to know yourself and your strengths and your
Mhm.
weaknesses, and you don't really rely fully on it, but at the same time you're able to kind of get
If it's a reliable one.
yes, you kind of get to
Legitimate.
get a better understanding of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but within a biblical principles. So
Sorry. Someone's making faces.
I got my test result back.
I'm assuming they were negative.
Your score indicates that you are a very resilient individual who are generally able to bounce back easily from a
What-
variety of trying situations.
what-
and get on with your
He's
life.
talking about the thing you had.
No, it's this.
What?
And it's not weird. It's
Did
supposed
you,
to be-
when he said test results, did you think like COVID related?
Yes. So what test
He's
result
talking
did you,
about the
that you just
survey.
took?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
But there isn't a result.
It's supposed to work this.
It's just
Well, I
that you
did
read it.
one.
You just read it. That's how you got his results back, or however you do it.
I just went online and took some.
you're supposed to do the ones in the worksheet.
Does it tell you?
I just wanted to do one for my own. I know I have to do that one, but I also wanted to do one online. Because Kiko was talking about the Enneagram personality
Oh.
test, so I did one that someone made.
Not the resilience factor.
No. Look.
Okay, so it's something different. You already did
I'll
this.
show you 'cause it's cool.
Okay.
Look. Psych tests. Test yourself.
Oh, okay.
See? And I just answered 10 questions. And
Just 10?
yeah, maybe I should do more, huh?
Are there more questions to it?
No, there's only 10.
send
Oh,
me-
see, try the full version. You want me
Okay,
to send it to
send
you?
me the link, please, yeah. Teach this class again, I can use that rather than my own little... See, it's getting more and more popular. That wasn't around when I first made this. It's probably the same questions.
Yeah. It just breaks it down easier.
Yeah, it does the math for you.
Right, that's why I did it.
Did it come out the same?
Let me do that. Let me send it.
Cairo, you're not graded on this.
This looks
You look very intense.
Because I'm taking my time to read it.
Good, okay.
So I have to.
Also,
Yeah, I'm dyslexic, so
Yeah.
if I just read through it fast, I'm gonna read everything wrong.
Okay. Take your time, but relax doing it.
Yeah. It's just my face too. I can't help it.
Remind me to tell you the story about my face. write your own answers in.
Right.
And then, has everyone finished the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you finish the questions, you're going to, I don't have it, score yourself. So it'll say, what's the first one?
Yep. One's trying to solve a problem.
Regulating emotions, add numbers 1, 5, and 7, whatever it says. Do you see that?
Oh.
And then add the other ones and subtract the first line from the second line and get a score.
So those are the questions that we add, the answers to the questions?
Yes.
So 13.
Not through 25, 13 and.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
13, 25,
Okay.
26.
What are the first line of questions? 13, 25,
26, 56.
hold on.
What happened if I did this?
I keep forgetting what the numbers are. For a second.
They're on the test. Do you not have the
I
test?
can't see them all on the clock. What I do?
They're not these right here?
What is it? What are the numbers? 2, 7, 23, and what?
31.
If you're finished, work on your project. Unless you're finished, then relax.
So I got a 0 for regulating emotions.
Are you just emotionless?
What did you do, Charlie? I have the actual document notes, and then I copied all the questions, pasted them on different documents, so I can look at them at the same time.
Brilliant. I probably would have written down on a sheet of paper, the numbers on a different sheet of paper.
So, how does it work for the test answers?
So
It says add to what? We're adding
So you're-
all those numbers to the total of all of this?
So, okay, here, because everyone else is going to ask this too. What's the first line? What's the first one? Regulating emotions?
Yes.
So you take numbers of what you got.
Okay, tell me the numbers.
It's 13, 25, 26, 56. So for each
And then,
one,
wait, let me explain it to everybody. What are the next numbers?
2, 7, 23, 31.
So there's a line here and a line here. So add your scores for these numbers. So if you put a 3 for number 13, add 3. If you put a 2 for number 25, add 2. So you add those numbers and put that number here. Add these numbers and put that number here. Then subtract this number from this number.
Controlling impulse 2.
So is everyone finished answering the questions?
Yes.
Is anyone not finished answering the questions? Because getting this, I want to wait and make sure everyone has this, because this is, if you don't have this, the rest is kind of useless. So we'll wait, and if you finish, work on your project.
And so then, do you add both top and bottom?
No, it's just,
Subtract. Subtract this number from this number.
Optimism. No, they have negative.
Well, average score is -2 to -6.
Okay. So yeah, just super pessimistic.
I don't know why that one's in the negatives. It's weird. And so is controlling impulses. Has everyone finished taking the test? Okay.
Dang, I'm super optimistic though.
Thank you for the symphony. How many are still working on this? Okay. I'm going to sit here waiting for everybody. Of course, you're getting your project done. Well, I'm waiting, but that's okay.
I mean, I started with the paper, good amount done. I just need to do the PowerPoint.
Paper's the hard part. The PowerPoint's the tedious part.
Yeah. I don't think writing is good. Not
Huh?
like the subject. I like
True.
It's only 1,700 word facts, so it's like, what, four pages, 5 pages?
at least it's not 10 pages like we were assigned last year for summer ministry.
I heard about that.
What?
Summer ministry paper last year, 10 pages.
No, they didn't have this summer ministry.
If you
Yeah, they did.
If we did something during
It's
summer.
affected by COVID.
Yeah, so they had to do stuff at home.
Yeah.
What about you? Didn't you?
He wasn't here last year. He took a gap year.
Ah,
I did first year like 4 years ago.
okay. So is everybody, okay. Yell when you're done.
Ah.
Well, I'm done. What are these scores supposed to implicate?
Can't wait till this election is over. Keep getting spam calls and texts and stuff.
The election's over.
I can't wait until it's over. Stop getting all these spam calls.
I'm average on every single one.
Not you?
Which is, you're a very plain person.
I'm just,
You're really boring.
I should have been named Joe.
Joe, average Joe?
Because then I can have
You're
real
above
meetings.
average in controlling impulses. Optimism, I'm above average. But that's just because I had to learn how to control my impulses.
I guess you can say I'm normal.
Must be nice.
Average? Well, then as we go through this, think about how you can help others with it. Or how you can strengthen the ones that you have.
Interesting.
It kind of shows the things that you can work on too.
That's the idea.
So I'm not the best at adding, and this is a real struggle for me, so.
You don't have a calculator? Sorry.
He's gonna be fine.
Just,
What'd you say?
I'm not. Not yet. Not like, not this year.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be a father.
Hopefully one day.
As his
Ah.
father traits.
Ah, okay.
That's what I
That makes sense.
My son's bad at math. You gotta calculate. It's the best I can do. Last time.
God bless you.
The empathy. That's the one.
From what you said before, I would guess that.
Wait, what did you say?
The empathy one.
Got a problem? Just deal with it.
Pretty much. Yeah, I got a 4 on that.
I'm very nice.
I got,
I mean, I got an average score.
Oh.
sometimes.
Oh, okay, 4.
so for emotions, I got an 8. So what does that mean?
8.
Yes.
That's average.
I also got an
Yeah, so
We're
you're,
both emotions, no color,
8.
right?
Yeah.
you're 6.
You're just a little bit more out there than I am. But
What did you get for that?
I'm more sensitive. You're
Oh,
more,
wait.
You're
I'm
more
sorry.
emotional, I'm more sensitive.
I'm controlling.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because it says -6 to 0.
And what
I
you
got
get?
5.
I got a 10.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
control myself.
That isn't surprising in a Christian setting.
Dang, I got 10. Because I don't control my impulses.
What did you get?
A 2.
Oh, well, that's still
No, you're
above
you're
average.
Yeah.
without self-control is like a city without walls.
I only have one more.
Yeah, this wasn't supposed to be too challenging. Get your projects done. Work on your projects.
No, am I putting them on stickers?
Are you all done?
Yeah, I'm going over to the thing.
Oh, okay.
I put the 2 slides up. It's a lot of work right there. Put a pretty picture.
Today.
Alright. I guess that's the only thing good at.
I don't like controlling.
How do I stop this for a second?
I like sitting back.
Hmm?
I like sitting back. I don't like being in control.
I like being in control because that means if something were to go wrong, I'm okay with taking the fall. But I'm not okay with other people taking the fall for my lack of leadership.
Hmm.
I think that's why I'm controlling.
Do you think that could be pride?
No, I think it's just because,
Good friend.
so I'm okay with failing, and I'm okay with consequences that come with failing, but I'm not okay with other people failing and dealing with consequences that I may have created.
Because for example, I'm the same way, but for me it's not because I would feel bad for other people if it was. Wait, what'd you say again?
It's more dealing with responsibility. I don't want people to be held responsible for my action. And so,
The consequences of sin affect
Yeah, so
others.
when-
You don't like that.
when I feel like I'm in control, and if I'm put in the leadership, I'm okay with failure, I'm okay with taking consequences,
I'm done.
but I'm not okay with other people being responsible for my consequences. Or like, I just don't want.
Let's move on here. All right, so look at your scores. And if you have below a 6 on regulating emotions, when we hit that one, mark down what skills you need to work on. If you're below a -6 on controlling impulses,
Wait, what?
Guess I'm not highlighting anything.
Below a 6?
-6.
You're a -6 to 0, either above or below.
How many are within average for all of them?
I don't know.
Average or a little bit above average?
Above average or above average?
For what?
1, 2,
Emotion?
for all of them.
So
They are
or above.
average or above average for all of them. Wow. Okay.
We are good students. We are the best of the best.
Yeah.
You are.
And thinking this is, that probably isn't surprising again, come from good backgrounds, good training. So as we go through it, realize that most people are not like that. Most people will have many areas, at least 3, where they're below average. Because the way they think and the way they've been seen other people think, and it's how they then respond to negative situations in their life.
So is 3 the high end or the low end?
For which one?
That's the low end. So that's
Empathy.
If you're in between 3 or 12, you're normal. You're average. If
Average.
you're below 3 or higher than 12, you're either below or above. Does that make
Average.
sense? So the numbers there on the screen indicate that you're average. Any other number that's indicated between those scores means you're above or below.
You just said the same thing.
So if it's below a 3, then when we hit empathy,
This
take note of
test
which
doesn't
skills you
mean
need.
anything, It's just a test.
What is self-efficacy?
We're going to go through them all right now.
It's just a test out. This is like,
Okay, the first one that we'll look at is regulating emotions. That is the ability to stay calm under pressure, controlling your thoughts, behaviors, attention, and emotions. If you are low on that one, you'll need to look at skills 1 through 6.
Wait, what is the range for that?
6 to 13.
So if you're below a 6.
Awesome.
Okay on that one? again, going into positions that you're going into and where you are now. How many of you, are you discipling another student right now, everyone? 12. Okay? They're going to need a lot of these things. Anybody else?
Yeah.
One person, you are? Okay.
Well, I get a disciple in my discipleship, so, or I disciple my RAs.
Okay.
So they get a disciple.
Yeah.
So only
4.
three. Son, no.
Everyone else, do you have somebody that you're putting into their lives?
I see.
Are you putting into someone else's life? Find someone. All right. Who hasn't read? Cody, we read, oh, it's on the board. Philippians 4:7, never mind. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. We need to regulate our emotions at work, at home. If we're people who are constantly over-emotional, we're going to exhaust the people we love. Not all emotions need to be controlled. Some are a healthy part of resilience. But anyone who is prone to anxiety, anger, or sadness is more likely to get stuck there. And I'm going to say, for this one, if you scored well, it may be because you've learned how to control your behaviors. But you still have those strong emotions. So pay attention in here and pay attention to skills from number 1 through 6. Because if you have those strong emotions, you're more likely to get stuck and not be able to be resilient. Okay, controlling impulses. How do I do this? Yeah.
Okay, sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another one, so then you'll have 2. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right.
I can already tell, bro.
I'm gonna go do something, and then I'll come back.
It smells yummy. It smells really good.
Can't look at it.
I'm good.
All right, so it's up to you. You can have it now, or you can wait. Okay?
Poor kids.
I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay.
I'm good.
I don't think
right, so I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. How'd you do? Did you do good? You did? You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you I'd give you another one? Okay, now you can have both. You need me.
Oh, she put her.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Myself at that age.
Chocolate mousse cake.
They did that to me when I was like 6 or 7.
I would have caused some havoc. Flip the chair around, the table on its back.
This is exactly how.
Figured out there was a camera in the room, kicked the camera down.
Goodness.
Sounds like a violent child.
Yeah, I was different.
Oh, different. I like that.
All right. Optimism. The belief that things will change for the better, that they can control the direction of their lives, believe in their... Boop. Thanks.
Brain.
Ah. Right. Believe in their ability to handle the inevitable, future adversities, self-efficacy, faith in the ability to solve problems. If someone is low in that, they need skills number 4 and 5. A joyful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. I want to add a little bit on this optimism. This is not a Christian claim it, name it, claim it mentality, or you can be anything you want to be. It's just referring to an optimistic attitude. Does that make sense? We're not going off the rails here. Analyzing causes. Ability to identify the causes of your problems. Me versus not me. Always versus not always. Everything versus not everything. Proverbs 18:14, the spirit of man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear?
Yes.
I want to hold on to that, but I don't want to take the time to write it down.
It's on
It's on there.
So it's in your notes.
It's also on this next slide.
Oh, it's in our notes? I'm just looking at the...
We good? Okay. Thank you for stopping if you're not, because I don't want people to be lost. So me, always everything, believes I caused the problem, it'll last forever, it'll never change, and it'll undermine or pervade all aspects of life. My parents got divorced, it's my fault. I caused it. It'll last forever. I have a cold, I'm going to be sick for the rest of my life. Undermine and pervade all aspects of life. I spilled milk on the counter, my whole day is going to be ruined. An example, my son is failing in school. Well, that's because I'm not diligent enough to help him do his homework. I'm a bad mother. I missed a promotion at work, so that's because I have poor work skills. They can't see a way out of their problems. They're hopeless, helpless. And we can explain things that happen to us good that way or bad. Let me get to the end and see if you still have the question. On the other side, it wasn't me, it's not always, and it's not everything. Other people cause the problems, it'll change and it won't affect me much. It's how we explain how things happen to us. Most resilient people have cognitive flexibility. They're not trapped in either style. They don't ignore permanent factors. Okay, if I'm 5 foot tall, I'm not going to become an NBA basketball star. But I'm not going to worry about things that are outside of my control. They focus their problems on the resources and the things that they can control. Okay, pause, question.
as we're doing this, you said that our mindset can be inherited, and like, it can be like passed on to the children.
Through modeling
And they can teach.
and teaching
But
it.
isn't our character developed through our years, through experience? So the way that we behave, the way that we are, according to the character, moves on to our mindset. So our mindset can change.
Correct.
But it is something.
Do you disagree with that? That's a good thing, right? Yes. Even personalities
Change is good.
can change, yes.
Well, good change is good.
Good, yeah. Yeah, our personality and intellect are not fixed. They're not carved in stone. So there's a girl who got a C on her paper. She's an A student, but she got a C. Then she went out and found a ticket on her car. And on the way to the car, she said hi to a friend, and her friend just brushed her off. What are two ways of seeing those three things?
She's probably busy.
That's just a bad day.
That would be a fixed mindset. Because that happened in 15 minutes, the whole day is going to be bad. Okay, so that's one way. Okay, let's take one at a time. I got a C on a paper. What would be the fixed mindset?
Just one fixed mindset would be,
Me, always, everything.
oh, it's like my fault.
I'm stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fail the class.
No.
And I'm going to fail every class after this. I'm going to fail out of college. How about okay, but now the resilient mindset, what would they say to the C?
Oh, it's just one test.
This is one test.
It was just one test.
One paper.
Oh, everyone's busy.
Yeah.
Well, the C.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
What else? How about for the me, not me?
Me? I just had a rough study time.
Yeah, next time I'm going to study harder, or I'm going to work harder for the next one. Yeah, that hits all of them. And then, okay, how about the friend brushing off? Their friend had a bad day. That's resilient. How about fixed?
she don't like me.
She doesn't like me.
She's a jerk.
I don't have any friends. She's a jerk, yeah. Okay, how about the ticket on the car? What would be a fixed mindset?
I can't drive. I'm about to go to jail.
Yeah, I can't drive. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to,
Just gonna take the car away.
which might happen, I don't know.
My action. Yeah.
But I'm going to go broke because I have to pay this fine, never get out of debt. Okay, what would be a resilient mindset to that?
It's okay. Next time I just won't park here.
I learned not to park here. Yeah.
Maybe it's just
Okay, expressing empathy. How well we're able to read other people's psychological and emotional states. If you're low on this, or someone else is low on this, they need skill 1. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. We can't help others if we're too consumed with ourselves to notice others. We have to be able to read others and communicate in a manner that helps them discover the roots of their emotions. And as you're going through biblical counseling, you're needing to help people find the roots, get into their heart. What are the roots of their emotions? Thoughts on that? No?
I don't know. Like one thing, like you mentioned, that, like personally for me, like I need to understand how I need to be. I don't know. It's like I need to show empathy to myself, so then I can learn to show empathy to others. That's like one thing I have to work on. Even though I got an average score for that, It's just something
you
I
know
think
that's something you
that
need to
I've
work
been
on.
learning.
So when we get to skill 1, pay special attention to it, yeah.
I'm terrible at social cues.
Those are things you can learn.
Someone's depressed, I'm like, okay.
Possessing self-efficacy, the perception of being effective in the world. I can solve problems. I expect problems. And I can succeed. Again, when we are successful, God is glorified. God can be glorified when we're not successful. This is not the worldly, even within this philosophy, if you read deeper into it, they are not saying, I can do anything, I can be anything I want to be, I'll just believe it and I can do it. That's not what we're talking about. That is crazy. And you guys laugh, but there was a whole time period where that was really big. And kids were being taught that, setting up for great disappointment in life.
There's these two comedians that I really liked back in the day. That they did a special that this NBA player just won, like the championship, and they recorded him like, and he's like, kids, you can do anything. You can fly. If you go to your roof right now, you jump, you will fly.
Oh
And
no!
then, like, it's just like a comedy sketch.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the next day, like, he's just like, yeah, you guys, you can't fly. I'm sorry if I said that and gave you the wrong mindset. And then they're just like, I don't know why that popped up in my head, but it's just like some kid, they'll be too, expressive on something that went really well for them, that they think they can do anything. They're just
And anybody else can do it too.
Well, the world still is this way. People are still paying
"Kids, you can be."
Many are, yes.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of psychology is actually moving away from that, but not all. Like once it's ingrained in society, it will often stay there.
I think it just depends on where you grow up.
Yeah.
I think some specific areas have a better, they showed that better. It's like in rough neighborhoods, they might hear oftentimes that they can never amount to anything.
Yeah, different subcultures.
Or like the current fallacy of like, if you're a colored person in the United States, then you either have no rights or you have no equal chance for education.
You're going to see all of these things, and like I said, when we worked in Hershey, I learned many things along those lines. All right, Kiko, look up Philippians Mark 9:29. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me.
I was gonna say, I don't even have to look that one up.
Scripture word here.
Mark what?
9:29.
And he said to them, this kind cannot be driven out by anything but prayer.
Prayer and fasting, right? Yes. What's that tell you? You're looking at me like, is that the right verse?
Yes.
Why did I choose that verse?
So we may not rely on our own strength.
Exactly. Yes, all of this is under God. Reaching out to others and enhancing the positive. If someone is low in that, they need skills 3, 4, 5, and 7. Finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect and of good comfort. Be of one mind, live in peace, and the God of love and peace shall be with you. Some people are afraid to reach out to others. Why? Why would someone be afraid to reach out to someone, even with the gospel or just to help them?
Scared of what they're gonna say.
Scared
Embarrassment.
to be rejected?
Fear of rejection. And their mindset is embarrassment, should be avoided at all cost. Overestimating the probability of failure. I didn't succeed because I didn't try hard enough. is easier than saying, I might not be good enough to do that. Okay, I tried out for the basketball team. Oh, I just didn't try hard enough. I didn't work hard enough. I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Well, no, maybe the other people were just more skilled than you. Crystal, look up James 4:17, please.
So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it is
Reaching out to others. Very often we look at sins of commission rather than sins of omission. Sins of omission are sins as well. When you know you should reach out and you don't, you know to do good and you don't, it is sin. Rebecca, Romans 15:6. Reese, Philippians 2:3. David, 2 Corinthians 13:11. We just did James 4:17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. And here did I give Romans 15:6 too.
I mean, the God of patience and comfort grant you to find before one another according to Christ Jesus, that you may with one mind and one mouth glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Romans 15:6? No, Philippians 2:3.
Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves.
And 2 Corinthians 13:11.
Godly brothers rejoice, aim for restoration, comfort one another, agree with one another, live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you.
Good. Basics, identify challenge areas from the resilience test, even ones that maybe you were on the low average. Go back and look at the ones that you were on the low average for, and look, then as we go through, mark down which skills you should particularly look at. Life change is possible. Okay, 2 examples. Okay, we have time.
2 examples of life change.
Yeah, the first one's kind of a funny example. My oldest son in high school decided he didn't like the way he sneezed. No, didn't like the way he laughed. That was it. Didn't like the way he laughed. So he tried for 2 months, all different laughs. And as a family, we got a good kick out of it because he tried all snorting, he tried all the different types of laughs. And finally, when he laughed, he said, that's a good laugh then. And he does have an infectious laugh. I love to hear him laugh. But he chose that laugh. You're all looking at me like, that's crazy.
So you force yourself to laugh like that?
Yeah.
It became natural?
Yep.
There's multiple different
I
laughs.
went through that phase.
There's this something that happens to me. Other people's laughs get wrapped on me, and then I laugh like they do.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, I used to.
That's like accents too.
Yeah, I have a Windex laugh, so it's. So sometimes he does it too.
Huh. I never really thought much about how I laugh. I just laugh. I get giddy.
I used
Let me-
to be around a kid.
We need to keep moving here. Sorry, we need to keep moving. I want to
You're getting shut down.
be quiet, please. Sorry. Because I want to tell you my other story.
Okay.
And this was about me when I was 40. I'm 56 now, 55. Be 56 next month. Someone told me, what was wrong with you when you were driving? I passed you driving. What was wrong? Nothing. But through that, and through a few other circumstances, I realized that I had a very intense look on my face. I always looked angry when I was thinking. Even now, if I'm alone, I'll think, like this. And I realized, you know what? I don't think that's a good testimony. Because if people passing me in the car, they know who I am, know I'm a Christian, and they see me scowling all the time, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, there's nothing wrong, I'm just thinking. but that's not a good testimony. I want to change that. So I prayed and asked God to help me change it. I knew it wouldn't be easy, it wouldn't be fast. So I was 40. I said, God, by the time I'm 50, please give me a pleasant countenance. And then I worked on it. And I would do this when no one was around, just to practice getting my facial muscles going the other way. And consciously worked on it. And I kind of forgot about it, but I continued working on it and continued praying, God, by the time I'm 50, give me a pleasant countenance. And it wasn't long after I turned 50, several people said to me, do you always smile? You're always so pleasant looking. And I thought, wow, God answered my prayer. But it took God and effort on my part. God helped me do things that needed to do to change that countenance. And every now and then I find myself slipping back. But those kind of changes are possible. Period. Moving on. Life change is possible. The way we think is the key. This isn't just, I had a group of students once. Well, God made me this way. Are you trying to change the way God made me? You think God made me imperfect? Well, yeah, He made you a sinner. And if the way you act irritates people, change the way you act. That was this particular girl's issue. Change the way we think. If it is not healthy, if it is not God-honoring. Focus on your strengths and flourish. Go back to that test. Which ones were you strong on? Focus on that and develop that even more and pass that on to others. Reach out, not just remediation, but nurturing. You guys especially that are with RAs. Once they come to you messed up, it's a lot harder than fixing it along the way. Remedial action. From what I'm gathering, has been done to all of you in your homes, in your schools, in your BI training. That has mostly probably been preventative training. Read others' psychological and emotional states and enjoy more effective ministry as we reach out to others. We want to teach our children, strengthen relationships, improve business and school success, regulate our emotions, stay calm under pressure, control impulses, thoughts, attention, and behaviors, identify the causes of problems, read others' psychological and emotional states, enjoy more effective ministry as we reach out to others. Comments?
I like this class a lot.
Comments about this? But thank you, I'm glad you do. If you like it, you're more likely to learn from it. Alrighty, work hard, spend time on your projects. I'm looking forward to learning from you next Tuesday.
We can do a PowerPoint, right? But we don't have to.
You need some sort of visual.
Okay.
Or it can be an activity. Maybe you give us something to do.
Okay.
Or something. I don't want you to just stand up here and read something. Give us something else to look at.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Any other questions? All righty. Go make somebody else's day great. God bless you.